Yeah, Kirk Franklin. That makes my day go by so much better. Live on YouTube. Live on Facebook. Yeah, I see us. We are here. Good morning. Happy Thursday. I'm glad everybody's on here. I'm glad to be here. My morning's just going fantastic. How's everybody else's morning going? Fantastic. We're going to rush right through it. 60 seconds of gratitude. Congratulations to Josh Harrell. Congratulations, Drew Kilgore, for hitting your target. Hayden McKee, great job yesterday. Larima, awesome job. Thank you guys so much for hitting your targets. It really motivates me to keep right there on your side, you know.
It's like we're like a road team. If somebody stops, it'll just slow us down.
Slow us down, and there's no reason for it, you know. And something I got brought up learning is you're only as strong as your weakest link, you know. And that's something I learned in rugby. We'd run, and what we have to do is an Indian run. I don't know if you know what that is, but it'd be a straight line, and you just run. It'd typically just be around the school, and you'd run, and once you got to the back, you'd run to the front. Whoever was in the back had to run to the front. And you just keep going until the person who started in the front was in the front again. So say you had 25, 30 people, you're hauling butt. But the thing about it is if the guy in the back couldn't make it to the front, the cycle slows down. And it's kind of what we got going in here. If Hayden's not making his calls or Josh isn't making his calls, we all slow down, you know, in a sense. Yep. Hey, if you're on here, do me a big favor. Like, comment, let me know you're here, and share the stream. Thank you so much for getting on. Guys, I got something good for you today. I told Van I wasn't really sure what the topic was going to be. I've been on this motivational stuff here lately. I've been listening to this guy named E.T. He's a motivational speaker. Andy Frisella, he's crazy smart. And, you know, for the longest I was just listening to the podcast. But then last night I was like, man, I really want to see this dude, see what he looks like. And it's Andy Frisella. His voice doesn't really match his looks, but he's a really passionate guy. He's really passionate. He has a very strong opinion on everything. Hey, I work here, Dave Dutton. Thank you for getting on, though. Do me a favor, share the stream. I know you will. Morning, Gracie. Tommy Davidson, what's going on? Pruitt. Is Pruitt on here? Pruitt Dutton. Yeah, Pruitt Dutton. There he is. You are a stallion. Appreciate it, brother. I like it, too. Questionable on getting the white hat, but I did it. I'm rocking it. It'll probably be dirty by next week. Whatever.
Where are you, Pruitt? Damn.
Yeah. Where are you? You better be at an appointment, my boy. Hey, guys, again, thank you so much for getting on here. I got something great for you guys. The topic for today is, are you cozy? That can go a lot of different ways. Josh, are you cozy? Right now, he's real cozy on that couch, yeah. Well, that's not the type of cozy I was talking about.
No, I'm not cozy at all.
Right. I'm not talking about the cozy traveling to work at, 8:30 in the morning with the AC lightly blowing on you. Not too hard to where it's drying out your eyeballs, but just lightly blowing on you. Not that type of cozy. Not the cozy waking up in the morning with the fluffy blankets on you and all comfortable in your bed. The cozy I'm talking about, are you content? Are you comfortable? Are you satisfied with where you're at right now? Are you cozy? Josh, are you cozy?
Hell no. Absolutely not.
Drew, are you cozy?
Nope.
Hayden, you cozy?
No.
Hey, you know I already knew that, you know, because you guys are hitting those targets. You guys aren't cozy. You're constantly trying to do better and succeed. And that's the energy we have in this office. By the way, we have a job fair July 29th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. If you're wanting to get on one of the best teams in the world, come to this job fair. July 29th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Guys, that's something that we have going every single day in this office. We might joke around, we might play around, hit some golf balls, throw some basketball up in the air, but we're constantly striving every day to get better by role playing, by getting in each other's face. And that's really, man, the center point of being cozy and not being cozy. is getting uncomfortable, and that's what we do every morning. I go a little harder in role play just because, man, I feel like if you don't train hard when it comes down to actually being in the game, being in the field,
Cozy.
yeah, you're uncozy. I get in your face, and am I easy to role play with? Do I piss you off, Aiden?
No.
I don't piss you off. You love it.
You pissed me off.
I piss you off, Josh.
Yeah.
Why?
Cause you're so hard.
I'm so hard, man. I don't let you just breeze by it. And that's what I want to reciprocate. I want you to be just as hard with me, because if you're not making me uncomfortable and challenging me in these role plays, I'm not going to get any better. You know, and that's kind of what life is all based upon. If you're not constantly making yourself uncomfortable and challenging yourself, you're not going to get any better. And that's something I've learned something I'm super, super passionate about is putting myself in these uncomfortable positions to where I get better. And I'm not scared of heights necessarily, but I've always wanted to jump out of a plane to build that courage muscle, you know? Put myself in an uncomfortable position where I'm how high? 20,000 feet in the sky, and I got to look down and, okay, shit gets real when you're up 20,000 feet in the air and you got this dude you don't know you're connected to, and please, you know how to operate the parachute. I don't. I'm up in the air, and I'm hoping that you pull that damn parachute and I don't hit the ground like a scrambled egg when you crack it in the pan, you know?
You know what you're doing.
That's something I'm going to do. It's not something I've been wanting to do. I'm going to do it. Life is all about being uncomfortable. Have you ever had a time, if you're watching this, have you ever had a time where you've put yourself in an uncomfortable position and you grew from it? You learned from it. Drew, what's a time where you've put yourself in an uncomfortable position that you did not want to do? You had to flex that courage muscle and do something you didn't want to do. You were in an uncomfortable position, but you learned from it, and it made you stronger.
I mean, initially coming in here and just making all these phone calls. I remember the first day that I came in here and Tommy gave me a list and a phone and said make these calls. I mean, the last thing I expected and wanted to do when I came in here was do that shit.
Yeah.
But I did it.
Yeah. And you got better at it.
Still do it every day.
Yep. And you're getting better at it each and every day. Gracie, what's a time where you put yourself in an uncomfortable position?
I would say.
Everybody say hi to Prue.
Morning.
I was too cozy this morning.
Hey, that's right. That's right. What were you telling yourself? No, never mind. We'll get back to you. Gracie.
You don't deserve it.
Yeah, you don't deserve it.
I would say I gave my testimony at a Young Life event, and there was about 400 people.
Wow.
So,
Dang,
Wow.
pretty scary.
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah. And how do you feel about public speaking now?
I mean, it's still like not fun, but
Sure.
it's not as scary anymore.
Yeah. That one experience kind of put you outside of your comfort zone, and now you kind of feel what it's like. I had something very, very similar. I was so a couple years back, I've never went without a job. But I really you know how every young person is. I don't know if maybe I'm just unique, but I always, you know, was kind of jumping around jobs in high school. Just jumping around, finding the bigger and better, you know, which ain't necessarily a bad thing, but I can never be, you know, comfortable where I was at. I was always trying to find something bigger and better. I was in line to do some title work for a buddy who owns a dealership. We went to this big auction, and I saw a job fair in the lobby, and I didn't have a job. I had just quit my job at the time, and I was looking to find a new job, and I was like, whatever. I'll go to this job fair. Ended up getting the job, being there 3 years at this. This was like my first big boy job. And I really excelled at this job. It was a detailing job. I ended up getting a promotion to be in quality control, checking the cars after they were detailed, making sure they were good enough to go through the auction. And I was really striving to move up in the company, you know, some like corporate stuff. So I was putting my head out there, doing things that I didn't want to do, put myself in these uncomfortable positions. And one of these days, my manager said, we need volunteers for this event. And I wasn't sure what the event entailed, what my responsibilities were going to be. And what it was I had to stand in front of the whole company, which was close to about 400, 500, 600 people, and talk about how the detail shop is doing and what we're doing to better the shop and better the auction. So I got all dressed up, got all nice, nervous as hell, shaking. And I'm a pretty good speaker, but I've never spoke in front of large crowds, and that's something that I raised my hand real quick, volunteered, and I didn't know I was doing it, but I ended up doing it, shaking real bad, went up there, talked. Feel like I did okay. Nah, I really didn't. I did horrible. But I learned a lot. And I really wasn't focused on, after the fact, I wasn't focused on how I did, but more of I did it, I did it. I learned from it. So next time I go into a situation like that, I'm better at it. Pruitt Jones, what's a time where you've put yourself in an uncomfortable position, unlike not this morning, because it's pretty uncomfortable walking through that door knowing we're going to give you hell for being late. But what's a time where you've put yourself in an uncomfortable position and you prevailed and learned from it?
Dang. Put me on the spot.
On the spot.
Shoot.
Was doing the show
Talk.
uncomfortable for you?
Yeah, yesterday, I'm not comfortable in front of a camera.
Yeah.
And so getting on the morning grind and doing that, knowing there's people watching, even though they're not necessarily in the room, but having to talk for 15 minutes, it feels like an hour. And I'd never done that before. And, I wasn't really, I guess, as nervous because I think I built confidence just from the stuff we do here on the daily basis.
Sure.
But I was anxious about it and, antsy. And I wrote down some materials just to kind of keep me on track. Well, that took up about 5 minutes, so I still had 10 minutes to go, which it was nice because I had y'all in here, asking questions, keeping it flowing, which is great. That's why I like working with this team.
Mm-hmm.
But
So
I mean, it ended up doing well. I had someone text me, an older gentleman that I've known and kind of looked up to in the Murfreesboro as a business guy, and he reached out, said I watched your show, and called me, and I just thought that was really cool because it kind of gave me that little boost of confidence, and
Sure.
like you said, I prevailed, and it was okay, I can do this, and it's just gonna take practice. Josh was telling me yesterday, you need to go back and watch it, then you can see
To
yourself.
improve
It's
on
like
it.
studying film.
Sure.
But yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you did a real good job.
You did do a good job.
especially for the first time, it's
Absolutely. Was that your first time?
Yeah.
kicked all of our
Yeah,
asses.
you did.
on
Yeah,
the
you did a
first
damn
time.
good job.
But I gotta
bro.
get used to the camera for when I go to Hollywood. So.
Yeah. He said I'm going to Hollywood. Pruitt swears up and down he's gonna be in a movie one day, and you know what? I believe him. The way he says it, he's passionate about it, so I believe him. But yeah, back on track. Really, just being comfortable. That is so powerful. If you're comfortable, I feel like this generation specifically is just comfortable, and I feel like nothing against stocks or people who do stocks, but that's just you want instant gratification. You just want it. It's I hear people, my friends say, look, they bought it and they sold it and they bought it and they sold it and they bought it and sold it. I feel like that's more of a long-term thing, and they just want instant gratification. They want the money now, and it's something that they've got comfortable with because they don't want to put in the work or be committed towards anything. And that's something that resonates with me a lot in the gym, going in the gym, the real buff dudes, they can barely shower. I feel like that really sits with me is them wearing them huge shirts. So when they're lifting those 125-pound dumbbells, they're not looking at themselves in the mirror saying, I'm good. They're covering up every single one of their muscles, so they're constantly going in there motivated, and they don't see they don't ever get satisfied. They never get content. They never get comfortable, and that's so strong. You have to constantly put yourself in uncomfortable positions to grow, and that's so very, very strong. I want to grow. I know everybody in this room wants to grow. Question is, do you want to grow? Is that something you want to do? If you don't want to grow, if you don't want to improve yourself, improve your life, don't worry about it. Don't worry about putting yourself in uncomfortable positions. Continue being comfortable. Continue working that, 9 to 5. Nothing wrong with a 9 to 5, but I mean, you should be striving constantly. Put yourself in uncomfortable positions. And can you guys, does anybody have any comments to blast off of that?
You're right, Noah.
It's life.
Thank you.
To move forward in life, you gotta want to grow.
You got to want to grow. Yeah.
What would you suggest to somebody who has been working at the same job, same, like hours for a long time?
Mm-hmm.
They want to push themselves to do something more, but like they're comfortable,
Sure.
like it's consistent.
Sure.
What would you suggest for them to do?
If they were okay, you got to take a leap. You got to take a leap, and that's something. Maybe I can tell you a quick story. Maybe this will be relevant to what you're talking about. When I was working that job at that auction for 3 years, it was I knew that if I worked myself up the corporate ladder, there was gonna be a cap for me. I was still gonna be working that certain hour time block. I was only gonna make this certain amount, and that's not what I was wanting to do. I wanted to be the damn best at whatever I was doing and excel through the roof. So I took a jump. I found this job on Craigslist. Craziest thing. Found this job on Craigslist. I've been at this job for 3 years now. I feel comfortable. I'm comfortable at this job. Hella great benefits. Health benefits were through the roof. Dental through the roof. Getting paid decent money every single week. I was super comfortable. This job gave me a brand new car, super, super comfortable. But I knew that's not what I wanted. So after being there 3 years, I found this job on Craigslist. This job was fixing shopping carts. Taking the wheels off the shopping carts, the casters, about 150 of them, Kroger's only. And they gave you a truck. You never meet your bosses. They give you a truck. They give you all the tools you need, and they send you along your way. But it was a traveling job. They gave you a company credit card. You travel. I went to Alabama. I went to Omaha. I went to Kentucky, Ohio, all the southern states, and then I went a couple in the Midwest, like northern states, kind of. But I saw the benefits. Company credit card. You don't pay for gas. Essentially, all you pay for is food, and you're doing shopping carts. Talked about it. I talked about it to my mom a little bit, to my buddies at work. They were like, "Dude, there's no way. Like, there's a catch to this." They're like, "Who the hell would want to fix shopping carts?" But I had put my mind on it. If I don't make this jump to leave this job now, if I don't put myself in an uncomfortable position to, after 3 years of working here and being comfortable, if I don't take this risk to do something that might not be guaranteed, or put myself in a position where it's going to be challenging and things might not work out as planned, I'm just going to be here. I'm just going to be content, be comfortable, be satisfied with where I'm at for the rest of my life. So I took it, put it in my 2 weeks notice. I wrote a very heartfelt letter to my bosses because I learned a lot there. I was there for 3 years. All the people were great. And I took that jump. Ended up going to fix shopping carts for 3 or 4 months. And it was exactly as it was planned. It wasn't planned, but it didn't go necessarily as planned. But everything they told me I would be doing and all the benefits was straight how it was. And then I came to find out I'm a people person. I love people, and I can't be by myself traveling all these places, living out of hotels. That's just not for me. It was a great experience. To do it for like 3-4 months, but living out of hotels and never really coming into communication with anybody, that just wasn't for me. So I took that jump, and if I never took that jump, I guarantee you, I promise you, I would not be where I am right now, and I am absolutely blessed to be where I'm at right now. So if that answers or is any type of relevant to what you were saying, you just got to take that jump. If you're in a position where you are comfortable and you're scared to kind of make that jump, because essentially that's what it is, you're nervous, you're scared to make that jump and put yourself in an uncomfortable position, you just got to do it. Definitely make a game plan.
I think if you do feel uncomfortable, it's a pretty good indicator that you should do it. Mm-hmm. And you just got to put your head down and do it. Like Nike, just do it.
Just do it. Yeah. Yeah, and that's something I posted on Facebook. a little too long ago. If you're coming into roadblocks, if you're having mistakes and you're having troubles with things and you're having a lot of problems go on in your business or whatever you're pursuing, you're doing the right thing. You're challenging yourself. You're putting yourself in these uncomfortable positions so you can grow. So if you're not coming in, if you're just coasting through everything, if I was just got in this real estate game and I never had any issues with any of my deals, I was just smooth walking through this whole trail path, I would not be doing it what I need to be doing. I need to be pushing myself, challenging yourself every single day. So I'm going to wrap this up. Before I wrap it up, I'm sorry I did this at the end, but huge shout out to Mr. Ben Blake over at Old South. You are very much appreciated over here at GTT Homes, and a very big happy birthday to you, Mr. Ben Blake. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for getting on here. If you take anything from this show right now, push yourself, put yourself in uncomfortable positions to grow. Strive every single day to get at least 1% better. Let that add up over time and dominate whatever you're doing in life. Guys, thank you so much for getting on. Do me a favor, like and share the stream. We'll be back here tomorrow. Drew Dog, the man, Drew Kilgore, will be up here tomorrow at 8:30 sharp. Don't miss it. Thank you guys so much.